Ah yes, the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. It has power, it has performance, and it has problems. A crowd pleaser and an expensive one. That's why we got the RC version. This is the officially licensed MJX 10306 Shelby GT500. Just a radio controlled RC car. And with its smaller scale, people will have nothing to fear. All right, let's not get dramatic. The Shelby GT500 from MJX is here, and Clark, it is looking good. Now, I will say that it is good, but it's not perfect. It's mainly the decals. They could be a little bit better. Mine are a little bit scratched up, and they weren't applied exactly correctly, but it's not too horrible. I don't think I would have done a better job applying them, so I'm gonna say that's passable. The molded details are very nice. I do wish, though, these exhausts were a little bit more bolder because, you know, this is American muscle, so these should have a really big exhaust system. You know, that's just a small complaint. But overall, it looks really good. Look at that paint job, man. That is a really nice blue. Shout out to BestBuyBoxes.com for getting this thing over to me before the new year. Here's what you get with the 10306. You get a nice detailed manual. I really love MJX's manuals. They are great. Some tools, parts, so you can swap over a different 10th scale body onto this. That's really nice. They also give you these little pill inserts for tuning the suspension. Spare rod ends. This is really nice to have, especially in a high-speed road car. And that lovely brand new MJX transmitter. Has a nice foam wheel, and this is probably one of the better fitting RTR transmitters, and probably my favorite, that's for sure. Then we have all your steering and throttle trims, dual rates, LED button, power switch. Now here's the 10306 next to the 10304. I brought the Polo out because I wanted to show you guys the differences between the chassis. And what I mean by that is the chassis is actually the same, but this 10306 has different shock towers, shorter shocks, because, you know, it has to sit a lot lower, and you can see the suspension is a little bit more aggressive than the 10304. Here's a quick shot of the rear, different shock towers. The rear shocks might be the same and the springs might be different because the 10304 is soft and this is like super stiff. Just something I wanted to note because some people might think they're basically the same, but this is set up as a road car, even though it does come with rally block tires. But, you know, who would want to use this beautiful body off-road? Now, I'm not going to go too crazy going over this car. It basically has a 80 amp censored ESC 36mm Canon. If you want to see more of this chassis and what it has, check out my 10303 video. I went over this pretty well. Now, the reason I haven't made a video on this WRC Polo is because I was going to 4S swap it. But now that I have this, this might be a better 4S swap candidate. And I'm going to do it using this 120 amp ESC from the 7304 that I have. I kind of wish you can do 4S with these out the box, but if you plug in a 4S battery, it beeps 4 times, but then you have no throttle input or nothing like that, so I think it's blocked. All right, let's give it a quick light check. All right, so we have nice headlights, turn signals in the front. We got strobe lights. Then you can just shut them off like that. Now let's check the back. Come on, give us sequentials. Ah, no sequential taillights. Come on, MJX. That would have been sweet and a really nice touch. Also, I could have sworn I thought there was a light down here. Maybe it's a brake light. Nope, I was wrong. But yeah, missed opportunity there. Now, since I have it on, let's just see how the tires expand on full trigger. And then we'll compare it how they do on 4S. All right, so let's get a few passes in and see how this thing drives. Track start. Have the gyro set to 50%. It was like 75 out the box. Whoa, hit some water there. It's a little cold out, so traction might be an issue, but at least it's not wet. I'm gonna try to stay out of the water, keep the tires nice and dry. Woo! Definitely runs straighter than the rally car, that's for sure. You can see it hitting all the salt. A lot of salt on the ground here. Wow, this thing's awesome. Definitely more, the snow, we couldn't stop. The tires just didn't want to stop. But it's definitely more straighter than the rally car, that is for sure. Nice, a lot of control in this. This car is definitely set up just right. A lot of grip, a lot of control, a lot of drifting. I'm gonna try to give it one full pin pass. Hopefully we get like 42 out of it. I think that's what the rally car did. Fully pinned there, but we don't have enough space here in this little parking lot. All right, let's bring it back and see what it did. Stop, read, 43 miles an hour. Nice, we got 1 mile an hour faster than the rally car. All right, so let me start off by saying, when it comes to rally cars and road cars, I have a personal problem. My heavy ass trigger finger has no chill. When I was filming, I wanted to save the tires because I know once I get a hold of one of these 10th scale MJXs or even Rala ones, I tend to overdo it and I sometimes burn out the tires. And I kept telling myself, don't do it, don't overdo it, because remember the 10303? You burnt out the tires real fast and you won't have any left for 4S. But unfortunately, that's exactly what I did. I burnt out the tires just a little bit. Hopefully there's enough meat on there so when we go 4S, these won't like explode all over the place and ruin the body. But besides that, this thing is awesome. I gave it a quick bath so it wouldn't totally rust out on me, and this thing was covered in salt, so that sucks, but it is what it is. But now I'm gonna toss in that 120 amp, fire it up and see if it works, and yeah, we'll go from there. And boom, just like that, in like 3 minutes, we now have 120 amp ESC. Everything was bolt in. Now the power button I had to glue to the side here because the original one is glued onto the bottom and they cut off that little nipple that the plastic housing has. But the 7304 that I have had that nipple, so it couldn't completely go in. using double-sided tape, so I had to glue it onto the side. You can see here the original ESC, they cut off that little nipple there that it's supposed to have, but yeah, so that's what I had to do for this one. I just stuck it onto the side there, should work just fine. I think my biggest gripe about this chassis is MJX's other small scale cars have enclosed receiver boxes. This one, however, doesn't have one. I don't know why they didn't do that. They could have easily stuck a box up here somewhat, just like you know, like a Mini Max would have. So this will be somewhat protected because this receiver is definitely exposed to the water. And if you're washing it and you get a couple of drops in there, yeah, you know, you gotta wait till it dries out to reuse it again. Now the question is, will it fire up? So I have my Turnigy 4S 2200 milliamp hour battery. I'm just gonna plug it in and we'll see what happens. All right, big dog, let's see what you got. Fire in the hole. Yes, all right. I'll hold it up. Hopefully the tires can withstand the power. Oh yeah. Good, they could, and they don't seem to be blooming like any. Oh, I have all the salt flying around, but that is awesome. Let's drive this thing. All right, well, it's a black ice type of morning, but let's see what we can get out of it. Fan is not happy. Whoa! Oh! Yep, black ice. Looks like it's still good. All right, I'm gonna try to do another hit, but yeah, black ice. There we go. Yes, full throttle. Let's see if I can do another one, coming back. Whoa, 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 no, we're losing it. Here we go. Yes, fully pinned. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gotta watch out for the potholes. Maybe I should be doing this in the parking lot. All right, what do we got? Stop read. 54 miles an hour. Nice. That is awesome. All right, I moved over to a parking lot because that street was way too sketchy. But man, this thing takes 4S really well. Who am I kidding? This parking lot's probably even sketchier. Oh. This thing's really low to the ground. Oh man, this thing should be 4S out the box. Come on, this thing's awesome on 4S. My transmitter batteries are kind of low. Oh! What? Oh man, that was a bad crash. Come on. Oh! Yeah, this car definitely needs a smooth surface because, man, as you can see, it just went airborne and I probably destroyed the body. Oh no. Nope, it's not okay. Damn. Yeah, well, there goes my fun. I think we broke a lower control arm and scratched up the body and bust a lip. Can't have nice things. But yeah, it looks like we snapped the hub, which is unfortunate because I wanted to do more driving. But maybe I have parts from one of my rally cars that'll fit on this. Hopefully they will, and we'll go from there. But let's just see what it did in the parking lot. Stop read, 52 miles an hour. So it kind of backs up that 54. And there you go. 50 plus miles an hour on 4S. Very nice. All right, well, I gave it a quick super glue and baking soda repair job. And now that the body's destroyed and the tires are cooked, we're gonna do an old-fashioned burnout. Now, I think I hit this patch because it has a little lip right here and it went airborne. So I'm gonna take my anger out on this little fresh patch of tarmac. Yeah, that was freaking awesome. Oh, god damn it. Did a nice fat burnout. Let's just see how long the control arm holds up. Some 4S action. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this thing on 4S, I think. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Got some pedestrians over here, so I don't want to go too crazy. I'm using a 3,300 milliamp hour battery, and so far it's been lasting a very long time, even with the burnout. Woo! Oh yeah, dude. I am keeping this thing on 4S. Nice, dude, just straight drifting. Oh, watch out. Almost hit my car. This car is made for 4S. That's the battery. Oh, all right, no more abuse. But yeah, nice. Tires held up semi-well for that burnout. Got some rubber right here. Not bad. I really, really love this Cobra. This thing is definitely a keeper.